Welcome back to the Universal Temple for the Sun, Planets, Moon, and Stars. I'll be your Lord of Hosts, Lord Messiah, and today we're going into...
Welcome to the presentation on the Board for Divine Trusteeship for Allah Justice Estates Revocable Divine Trust. This session will provide an in-depth understanding of our mission and governance. The Board for Divine Trusteeship, referred to as the Board, is established to manage the Allah Justice Estates. This includes trustees and beneficiaries who play crucial roles in governance. The knowledge degree explains the Board's functions under the agreement with Allah Justice Estates. The Board is responsible for managing the estates and ensuring the best interests of stakeholders. The wisdom degree outlines what a trust territory is and how the Board governs these territories. It emphasizes the Board's role in political, economic, and social development. A state entity is defined as any entity with control over management and policies. The Board aims to achieve self-governance and independence for the goal of decolonization. Decolonization involves a state withdrawing from colonial control to achieve independence. The Board exercises land rights within the trust territories to support this process. Land rights are established via uti possidetis jurisdiction, preserving pre-independence boundaries. This principle ensures respect for territorial boundaries during independence. The Board will inherit pre-independence boundaries and establish legal title over these territories. This will lead to self-government and eventual independence. The General Assembly's Resolution 1514 supports the goal of decolonization through self-governance and independence for colonial countries and peoples. The understanding degree details the Board's roles, procedures, and resolutions to achieve administrative goals. This includes advisory provision, cooperation, and consensus voting. Patron governance involves engaging with patrons for fundraising and community engagement. Competency Board governance ensures Board members have the necessary knowledge and skills. Resolution 1541 outlines that a territory can achieve self-government through independence, free association, or integration. Resolution 2625 adds that a territory can also achieve self-government through any other freely determined political status. The Board aims to achieve independence, free association, and freely determined political status. Independence means not being dependent on or affiliated with other states. Free association involves forming relationships based on mutual agreement, while integration means combining different races and cultures without prejudice. The culture degree explains the purpose of the Board and defines the territorial land, air, and water spaces for the trust territories. The defined regions include knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, equality, God, and build or destroy regions, each with specific states and territories. The Board's defined territorial airspace includes Class G airspace and navigable airspace. It also covers the latitude and longitude for North America. The Power degree identifies Harlem, New York, as the founding region for the Board's administration. This region holds historical significance for the nation. Exploring the historic background of our Divine Trust and Divine Trust territories, we delve into the Divine Trust of Allah and its establishment. We also examine how human families in these territories establish their own divine trusts according to our universal flag symbology and the divine laws of Allah. Our nation's history, known as the bomb history, reveals the story of the 9 firstborn, who were taught by Allah. These teachings, known as the Father of Civilization and God of the Universe, were passed down to 99 students, symbolizing the 99 names of Allah. The divine law, perceived as deriving from a transcendent source, and the laws of succession, play crucial roles in this history. The divine trust of Allah is established through the word as bond and bond as life. The Father, as the divine truster, granted divine knowledge to the divine trustees, who then spread this knowledge. This trust is crucial for the development of the divine beneficiaries and the cultural growth of the youth. The Father, as the divine truster, established himself as the captain under divine trust. The captain's duty is to guide the lieutenant, who in turn trains the private soldiers. This structure ensures the pursuit of happiness and the spread of divine knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. A civilized person under divine trust must perform their duty to teach and train others. Failure to do so results in punishment by the nation of gods and earths. This law ensures that the civilized person is held responsible for the uncivilized. The divine will of Allah is granted through the Father's knowledge, wisdom, and sacrifice. This will is to see the divine beneficiaries live a life of abundance and fulfillment. Historical references highlight the importance of this divine guidance. The knowledge region, starting in New York, saw various areas renamed to reflect their significance. This renaming symbolizes the preservation of boundaries and the emergence of a nation-state, adhering to international law principles. The divine lieutenants and trustees continue to teach civilization and the pursuit of happiness. They guide human families in establishing their own divine trusts, symbolized by our universal flag, ensuring the continuation of divine teachings. The Universal Divine Trust Protector, represented by the number 7, symbolizes the supreme mathematical unit and a controlling force of the universe. This protector ensures the well-being of all families and communities under the divine trust. The Sun, representing knowledge, is the original man and captain of the divine trust. His provisions as divine truster include building a home for his family and writing the divine instructions for future generations. The Moon, representing wisdom, is the original woman and lieutenant of the divine trust. Her provisions include teaching and training the private soldiers, ensuring the continuation of divine knowledge and wisdom. The universal cipher of the Earth represents the universal cipher of the Earth, with the white cloud symbolizing our planet Earth. This cipher ensures that a universal family divine trust is established when a man makes a move or acquires funds. The 22 points of power and 22 provisions of divinity on our universal flag symbolize the victory of our culture over uncivilization. These points and provisions guide the divine trustees and beneficiaries in their divine duties and responsibilities. Divine laws of Allah guide the establishment of divine guidance and divine providence. These laws, revealed by Allah, ensure that the divine trust is maintained and that the teachings of Allah are followed by the divine trustees and beneficiaries. The basic objectives of the Board for Divine Trusteeship include promoting the development of the inhabitants of the trust territories and encouraging respect for human rights. These objectives align with the United Nations Charter. The Board for Divine Trusteeship declares its responsibilities for administering non-self-governing territories. This includes ensuring the well-being of the inhabitants and promoting their development and self-governance. The Board for Divine Trusteeship ensures respect for the culture and political aspirations of the people. It promotes peace, security, and development, aligning with the United Nations Charter's principles. The Board for Divine Trusteeship develops an international system for the growth and development of the inhabitants of the trust territories. This system ensures self-governance and independence, adhering to the United Nations Charter. The Board for Divine Trusteeship establishes an international system for administering and supervising the Divine Trust territories. This system ensures self-governance and independence for the territories. The basic objectives of the Divine Trust territories include promoting peace, security, and development. These objectives align with the United Nations Charter and ensure the well-being of the inhabitants. According to Article 77 of the United Nations Charter, the International Board for Divine Trusteeship will oversee territories under Divine Trust administration, those detached from enemy states, and those voluntarily placed under its authority. Article 78 states that the Board will not administer territories of UN members, while Article 79 details the terms of Divine Trusteeship agreements. Article 81 specifies the administering authority's role, and Article 84 emphasizes the duty to maintain law and order. The 10th Knowledge Cipher degree designates the local defense and maintenance of law and order within the Malayu Justice Estates as a recognized method of securing peace and security. The peacekeeping force and formal designation of borders are established to maintain law and order, conduct investigations, and carry firearms. These measures aim to keep the peace and prevent confusion and war. The peacekeeping force is responsible for maintaining peace and executing duties under the Divine Trust. This includes military operations, peacekeeping, and complex contingency operations to manage disputes and emergencies. Peace building involves ensuring safety, justice, and equal opportunities for all. It includes fair access to resources, participation in decision-making, and protection of rights. Achieving peace involves diplomacy, justice systems, community security, sustainable jobs, inclusive media, and development programs. Collaboration among various sectors is crucial. The 11th Knowledge degree outlines the composition and functions of the International Board for Divine Trusteeship, including the appointment of members and their duties in administering trust territories. The 12th Knowledge degree details the voting procedure for the International Board for Divine Trusteeship, including the adoption of rules and the requirement for a majority vote. The 13th Knowledge degree explains the adherence to the International Court of Justice's statutes, including the process for resolving disputes and the role of the Security Council. The 14th Knowledge degree describes the process for concluding divine trusteeship agreements between the United Nations and the administering power, including approval and publication. The 15th Knowledge degree outlines the titles and roles of board members, including their responsibilities and the colors of their crowns or head wraps. The board members' titles are translated and interpreted, with specific colors assigned to their crowns or head wraps to signify their roles. Responsibilities of the Divine Administrator and Divine Vice-Current include teaching, governing, and representing the sovereign state, with a focus on duty and authority. The Divine Steward manages offerings, donations, and inheritances, collaborating on reparations and environmental protection. The Divine Trustee oversees the board's fiduciary duties, managing funds and assets, and ensuring compliance with trust laws. The Divine Escrow Agent handles real estate transactions, ensuring the validity and enforcement of agreements and protecting the interests of all parties involved. The Divine Secretary manages correspondence, records, and meetings, ensuring the board's operations run smoothly. The Divine Administrator for Foreign Affairs oversees the implementation of policies and treaties, representing the board in international relations. The 16th Knowledge Degree outlines the financial plan for the board, emphasizing lawful tax avoidance and the benefits of a flexible and adaptable divine trust. The financial plan includes various advantages such as cost savings, protection of assets, and support for scientific and cultural initiatives, ensuring the Divine Trust's flexibility and adaptability. Presenting the current and proposed board members for the International Board for Divine Trusteeship, along with their roles and terms of service from 2025 to 2027. Defining the regions administered within and without formal borders, and the administrative board and resolutions governing the Divine Trust territories. Listing the Divine Trust territories and their respective administrative bodies and agreement resolutions. Detailing the Divine Trust territories under the International Board for Divine Trusteeship and their agreement resolutions. Outlining the dates for review and approval by board members for the Divine Trusteeship. Ratifications for the Board for Divine Trusteeship, including autograph and seal of board members. Ratifications for the International Board for Divine Trusteeship, including autograph and seal of international board members.